Well, hello and welcome to the Safety Committee meeting today. Couple of things. Sometimes we have questions that we want to ask and we may forget them. There is not. I want to use the tools at the bottom, but there's no chat there. Well, can't request that. That's a place for you to put it in. Pavel, is there any reason why you don't have the chat piece on there?
I don't have the chat option either. Let me see. Let me call Jason real quick. I don't think if it's available or not. Let me get back to you on that.
Well, we need to start using the tools at the bottom so we won't run into each other all the time. Even though we have our hands up in the air or whatever, we need to start using those tools at the bottom. Okay, well, I guess we can go ahead on and get started. Okay. The Village of Lincoln Heights Safety Committee meeting Monday, March the 15th, 2021 at 5:32. Virtual Zoom meeting is officially called to order. Roll call, Ms. Randolph, please.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Present. Present.
Councilwoman Phyllis Faber.
Present.
Thank you. We have 3 who are present. We do have a quorum.
Okay. Vice Mayor, would you say the prayer for us, please?
Sure. Thank you. Father God, we come to you thanking you, first of all, Father God, for waking us up this morning and keeping us healthy and safe. Father God, we'd like to ask that you watch over this safety committee meeting. Allow us to be able to make decisions for the village of Lincoln Heights. Father God, we'd like to thank you for us being able to gather tonight. We ask these things in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Sorry.
Okay. The minutes were sent to you. By now, you should have read them. I need a motion to accept the February 16, 2021 minutes with any necessary corrections.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson and second by Councilwoman Phyllis Faber. Are there any questions? Are there being any questions? Being no questions, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
The ayes carry. Motion passed. Thank you. Old business. Is there any old business anybody want to bring up that we haven't settled or need to talk about? Okay, thank you. New business. The monthly fire report. Do we have Amos on? No Amos? Okay, then we'll skip Amos and maybe he will come on later. Ms. Powdrill, have you heard from Chief Amos? Yeah, you're muted.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. No, I have not heard from him.
Okay. ICRC, you had your hand up. What did you need?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Jeter. Unfortunately, in the ICRC settings, we have disabled chat indefinitely. Okay. And if you would like that available for your future meetings, please let us know and we'll establish that going forward.
I'll let you know. Otherwise, they can just jot their questions down on a piece of paper. Okay. Officer DePotley, would you give us an update on what the sheriffs are doing out here in the village of Lincoln Heights and what has happened since the last time we talked about the village of Lincoln Heights?
All right. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you and I can see you. I like the curtains in back of you.
We're trying to keep it fresh around here. Hey, always. All right. Got Jeremy DePoli on board here tonight with the February of 2021 monthly report for the Village of Lincoln Heights. Weather in February, I think we already know, kind of kept things at bay out there a little bit, but still a few critical incidents out there. The first one I've got noted on here was the person's shot on Van Buren on the 4th of February. That one was quite a bit of a mess there. It came out that the officers were dispatched for an auto crash and possibly shots fired. What was determined was 2 teenage victims were sitting in their vehicle when unidentified assailants approached and began firing upon them. The victims quickly fled in their vehicle before crashing and abandoning their vehicle near Leggett Avenue. They were subsequently located on MEDOS and were found to have been shot in the arm and the shoulder, respectively. Neither injury was life-threatening, but again, this is right here late afternoon. I got the call on this one. I think that was about 5 o'clock. Unacceptable. But still nothing on the suspects at this time. And the CIS was up there for the investigation. Patrolman John Hubbard carried that report. This one here, the second one I got, also rather troubling. Same kind of deal. We've got improper discharge of a firearm right out there where McGee and Jackson are on the 23rd of February. Reported shots fired and people screaming right up there in the area. Witnesses were located who advised that 2 vehicles were occupied, again, by unidentified male blacks, and were observed coming from the area of the Lincoln Heights Elementary School. This one was 2:30 in the afternoon when this one came out. Again, unacceptable. 2 vehicles cruising up Jackson Street, shooting at each other, is what the witnesses said. And we recovered a number of shell casings out there in the way, which corroborate that we had multiple gunmen in this. To my knowledge, nobody was hit during this one. I think we had a residence up there that may have been hit by one of the rounds. Again, CIS personnel came out for that, secured the evidence. Trey Rhodes carried the report on that. This last one, I got to give a shout out to one of my guys up here. I think a lot of people up here are familiar with Kevin Singleton, one of my day shift guys. Kevin's doing some excellent work. Kevin recognizes who. Kevin has a list of his people that he knows are, we'll just say, up to no good on a whole nother level. February 28th, Patrolman Singleton observed a known subject, Nia Wimpy, a male 23, and this is not the first time I've reported on this guy. He's wanted for misdemeanor obstruction. Kevin saw him walking down the street in the middle of the afternoon, took him into custody without incident. 2 loaded handguns were recovered off Mr. Wimpy. One was a weapon which had been confirmed stolen a week earlier in an armed robbery up there in Chicago Ave on the 14th. So again, Kevin's a highly ambitious, motivated officer. He knows exactly who he's looking for. We had a feeling this guy was involved in that, possibly in that robbery. I know that my CIS guys have since interviewed the suspect, Wimpy, and I don't think this one's moving forward just yet. But anyway, still investigating that armed robbery that occurred. But good job by Kevin Singleton getting a very dangerous character off the street up here. Again, he was already under the felony disqualification. Give me a second, I'll get out with it. Under prohibitions for carrying firearms due to multiple weapons offenses in the past. Also, again, we know what tends to go hand in hand sometimes with some of this illegal behavior. He had several pills and oxycodone tablets on him that were concealed about his person when we got down to the jailhouse. I'm not going to go into detail on the numbers of reports here. I will point out again with February, the weather, keeping people down a little bit, keeping folks inside. Criminal reports all around were down by 6, down to 20 from 26 in January. Again, I'll note here, the arrests that were made up here, only one suspect was a Lincoln Heights resident. These other folks are coming in from Sharonville, Silverton, Cheviot, Blue Ash, and Fairmount. So you got folks coming up here that are not up here bringing prosperous things to the village. The criminal investigations through CIS right now, again, I don't have the, with us having switched over our reporting system, the new RMS, I'm having difficulty pulling up which cases have been closed and which ones are still open. If there's any particular incident that somebody's got a question about, I'll be glad to look into a little further, but I'm having trouble pulling that up through my computer. I'm not computer savvy. I think we've established that at this point. I'm learning. So anyway, traffic incidents, five total auto crashes in Lincoln Heights during the month of February. There was total of 32 traffic cites issued out of 126 traffic contacts. So again, we're talking right around 25% of traffic contacts end up with a cite. The other 75% are generally sent on their way. Move on to the dispatch report on page 3 here. 175 calls for service during February due to the communication center. That's down a bit from 214 in the month of January. 229 non-billable details, again, including things such as traffic stops or other self-initiated activities by the officers. That's down from 319 during January. Total, I think we're staying right about steady where we have been in the last couple of years as far as this time of the year.
Lieutenant, I have a question. You have 3 years that's listed there. You have 2018, 19, and 20. However, 2018 and 2019 have the same numbers.
Yeah, I've got to go look back on some of my old. I noticed that too the other day when I was looking at that. I thought, I don't believe in coincidences, but I'll have to double check one of my old files on that and see if I can clarify whether or not that's accurate or not. I got a feeling I may have misstepped on that one, so.
Okay.
I'll take another look at it. The report of concern, we had a couple different calls in for abandoned vehicles. And I know Ms. Joyce, I've reached out to you on those 2 pods containers up there on Adams. I did contacted Friday, I think it was. I talked to pods and they said they were going to contact the owner. We've got a name on the owner. It's slipping my mind right now, but the guy who's cleaning out that property up there. And pods, the pods company said they'd reach out to him and make sure we get those moved. So if I haven't been through, I didn't get a chance to go through there today. I'll look at that again this week and see if we get any action with those being moved. Miss Linda, can you elaborate on that? I know that's right.
I did not look there today, but as Ms. Powdrill is talking, I'm going to go look. So Mr. Powdrill's hand is up.
I did. My assistant reached out and she said that she spoke to him and he should have that moved by Tuesday. It should be gone. And I said that was okay and acceptable. Tuesday
as in tomorrow, correct?
Correct.
Very good. Yeah, we were having difficulty tracking down the phone number on him. Like I said, Pods told me they'd reach out, obviously for privacy purposes. They weren't going to release his personal information, contact information to me.
So I think that was either Rita Watson or that was Donna Pope. I can't remember. Donna, you can say if that was you or not. I apologize if I made a mistake.
Okay, well, hopefully we get that resolved tomorrow.
Okay. I think I heard Ms. Powdrill, Manager Powdrill say that they're going to remove them by Tuesday, tomorrow.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay, because they're still there. And you said the owner is the one who's moving the stuff out, or do you know?
That's
Vice
what,
Mayor, do I see you shaking your head? Do you know anything about this?
Yes, ma'am. The building may be labeled condemned, perhaps because it has black mold and a whole bunch of other things. I know this because it's one of our students' families, so the owner is supposed to be taking care of that.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any information about that house? and what's going on with the pods out there. Okay, thank you. You may continue, Lieutenant.
Okay, thank you. Other under items. Ms. Linda, I think it was you that asked about the domestic violence response team. Did we have this conversation a couple weeks ago? The DVERT program is a program that more or less provides, DVERT stands for Domestic Violence Enhanced Response Team. It provides immediate resources and social services for victims of domestic violence or abuse. We've got that tentatively slated to begin here on the 1st of April up in Lincoln Heights, run in conjunction with Women Helping Women. I have a meeting on that I just found out today about. I've got a meeting Wednesday morning where I'll know a little bit more, and we just have to get a couple of our guys up to speed on this. And basically the way it works is a non-law enforcement advocate will come out to the scene, provide certain resources that maybe we can't at the time. It kind of streamlines and gets things moving a little bit quicker when we have a victim of domestic violence. So it's a good program. It's already active in a lot of different communities throughout the county. City of Cincinnati, I know, has been using it for some time. And I'm talking with Wayne Williams, who's one of the gentlemen over there that's involved with this at Women Helping Women. I think the goal is to get this taken county-wide throughout every agency in the county, hopefully by the end of the year. So we'll see where that one goes. There is a link. I've got it here on the report, www.womenhelpingwomen.org. There's a little bit more information on there. If anybody has any questions, I'll see what else I can answer on that. Lastly, I think, Ms. Jeannie, I think at one point you had asked about de-escalation training. Again, I may have misspoke on this one. I know this came up the other afternoon with Captain Tony Aru and Miss AK. We do have mandatory scenario training beginning here in April. And I was under the impression that this was going to be that de-escalation training. It may be a different variant on that, but regardless, de-escalation, whether or not this is exactly what I was under the impression it was, we'll be getting involved in doing some of this stuff. I know Captain Aru had talked about anybody who wanted to get involved in the other training he's speaking of. This may be a different thing. We may have had miscommunication, myself and him, on that. But anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. If anybody has any questions or thoughts or comments.
Vice Mayor, would you take this over for a minute? I've got to take a call.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Did anybody have any questions? Ms. Key?
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Just one quick question. Is that almost you were getting there on your report, but I see when residents are away for an extended period of time, they can call the headquarters, press option 0 to be placed on a vacation list. Is that something that we can publish so that our residents, I know I was aware of it, but I don't know if everybody is aware of it. I know sometimes we have where the neighbors will tell each other, but that's a good item to start putting out there so people know that they can put their home on a vacation watch list. And thank you for the information, Lieutenant DePoli.
Mm-hmm.
If you're asking me, anything that's in here, you can put out there. It's a very popular program in some communities. Some people like the idea of having one of our sheriffs come around and check on their house. And for them, it gives them a peace of mind. Other people kind of the feeling that, well, if the sheriff's coming and checking on my house every day, I'm sending a pretty clear signal to my neighbors that nobody's home. So it's a personal preference for folks, however they want to handle it. But absolutely, you want to put that out there, they can call up the headquarters. We'll get them put on the list.
I have a question. Ms. Powdrill, do you think, for example, the incident that happened near the school and we were put on lockdown right at dismissal time pretty much, and we have a lot of kids that walk, is there any way that when we're alerted that we need to be put on lockdown, that maybe an all call can go out to parents or to residents? Because we may receive a lot of phone calls, like I'm trying to pick up my kid, or is my kid safe? But if we send out an all call, then parents know that their kids are on lockdown, they are safe, and the vicinity that it's actually happening in. that might help.
Lieutenant DePaul and I talked about that. I don't have a problem, and if you're referring to a robocall, I will defer to Lieutenant DePaul to see if he has an issue with that. So that would mean that he would actually have to notify us immediately to put that call out. So do you have a question?
The only problem with that, great idea. The only problem is that we don't have everyone's numbers. That is a huge problem there.
Mm-hmm.
So some would get the information, the rest of the community will not have it.
Well, a lot of times I know this, how I found out when Princeton, a couple of weeks ago, a bus had an incident or something, they sent an all call out to everybody, letting them know, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. But I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot.
Vice Mayor. Vice.
Yes, ma'am.
Vice Mayor, it's Joy. Would it be better if Lieutenant, their staff make a call to your principal or administrator, and then do they have a way of making a call out to all of the students to notify parents in that way?
Mm-hmm.
They do, but if they are in charge of making sure the kids stay safe inside the building, I'm not for sure if they have those capabilities to do it right then and there. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. I'm just trying to find the most efficient way to make sure that we notify, because I think I do agree with you. I think it's important that parents know that their children are safe. So that was just one other way. And Lieutenant and I did have a discussion about that, and maybe when or if that happens again, that the sheriffs do stay around afterwards a while. They just make sure the kids at the crosswalk maybe stand there and just kind of so that they feel like they are in a safe environment, that they are there and they're not traumatized by the experience. So, but that's the other option that, and maybe it's a two-pronged approach, but yeah.
Or you can just find
until
out
we build that database of
how the principal wants to do it in a case like that. I don't know. But I know it was a whole bunch of rumors that came back to the school about where it happened, what happened, this, that, and the other. So if we send something out, then that could squash the rumors. I mean, because I hear so many stories from teachers sometimes.
I think you're going to have to deal with probably the superintendent and what the rules are about doing that. So that'll be an opportunity for Lieutenant DePaul and Ms. Paldra and to talk to the superintendent, see how to best do that. In my opinion,
well,
that need to happen. Yes.
We had a safety meeting with Princeton City Schools Thursday morning up on Cottingham, up where their I guess for lack of anything better, their main headquarters and so forth is. And we briefed over a lot of this stuff real quick. Generally, I've already reached out to Tanya Terrell from over there at Princeton Schools, and I think we'll be in some contact here for whatever we need to do moving forward then in the next couple months. But in general, where our dispatchers are pretty good when we have a critical incident like that about making contact quick with the school. Usually one of my guys or myself is going to remind them to make sure the school's aware. And the school has their own policies. And again, I can talk with Ms. Terrell some more about that and how she wants to handle all that moving forward.
Lieutenant DePaul, at one time there was a way to deal with that. It was in place and we actually used that. And I can't remember which superintendent was there at that time. It was before Bert. Who was before that, Ms. Key? Going back to
Gary Pack.
Yeah, going back to him, and there was an agreement as to the process of dealing with the incidents that were happening in the village of Lincoln Heights. At one time, a child, a little boy, I think it was a little boy, but a child in the car on Van Buren was shot, and he was in his car seat. So from that point on, we established a way of dealing with letting the parents know what was going on in the neighborhood so they could either shelter in place, stay where you are, and your kids are in lockdown or whatever they're calling it now, or code red, code green, whatever they're using. So there should be something on file there. Ms. Key, can you check into that? See if they have that information?
Yes, I'll be happy to check into that.
Yeah, because you have a close relationship with the superintendent doing engagement. You still doing the engagement piece? Yeah. So, okay. But we definitely need to set up a way to let the parents know what's going on and to let the public know. Okay.
Agreed. We got to get that information out there before, like you said, this information comes around, and next thing you know, we got people thinking a spaceship landed over on Mangum. We don't need that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, believe it or not, that was one call that I didn't get from the public. They didn't call me on that one. Everything else I've been notified, or they called to ask questions. So it's okay. So anything else, Lieutenant? You talked about the divert program. Is that what they're calling it?
Yes, ma'am. And like
okay.
I said, we're looking to get that moving April 1st. I've got a meeting Wednesday morning about that, which we just a little bit more background on that. We were looking to get rolling with that last year about this time, and I can't remember why it did not happen countywide. I think like everything else, maybe everything kind of collided in the wrong spot at that time with everybody getting nervous about the COVID and probably some other funding issues. But one day it was on, and then the next day it was off, and they told us it was going to be held off until further notice. And I think we all know how that one goes. Sometimes further notice never seems to come. But we should be having this one going here real soon. So.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Can I give a compliment to the sheriffs?
Yes, you may.
I want to compliment I've seen them more often. I see them going up and down the streets. And I want to call them new rookies, but that's not the right term. But our new friends, I have seen them more. And I appreciate that. They've even come up and walked through the school building. But I just want to share with you that we have a new program at the school. Kids usually get out between 2:45 and 3:10, usually making their way home. But we're offering extra tutoring from 3 to 4. And some of our friends will be walking. And the weather is going to be nice. So I just want to share that with you so that around that time we have somebody in the area or just whatever. I don't know. I just want to share that we do have an after school program where more kids will be walking between after 4 p.m.
Okay, thank you, Lieutenant. You have that on your list of things to look, to take a look at and make sure that our children are getting home safe. Yes, so the after school program, the extended day that's wonderful. Okay, so thank you. Anyone else? Okay, are we ready to move forward? Okay, Amos did text me and he said something. I'm like Miss Randolph, I'm multitasking today. He said couldn't make it today. He's doing something that he couldn't call in earlier. Okay, so that is the reason why he's not present. So we will mark him as being absent and he can attach his report to Manager Powdrill for her report on Monday. Okay. Miscellaneous items. Are there any miscellaneous? Councilman Daniel?
Yes, just real quick. UC Professor Brian Earl was out here last week. Just getting audio sounds from the gun range. Anything over 85 decibels is causing long-term damage. The lowest sound level they were able to find was actually at 92. And they kind of came to a conclusion, still putting all their data together. Actually, the retaining wall that was built there along the Woodlawn side is actually amplifying sound coming back to Lincoln Heights, because the sounds around Lincoln Heights were actually higher than the ones at Woodlawn. So just from a safety piece, didn't want to have a long report, but just wanted to let everybody know that folks from UC were out getting audio sounds last week.
I saw that on Facebook, so great job. All right. Manager Powell.
I have nothing.
Nothing today? Okay. Let's talk about the meeting that we had concerning the COPS program. You want to give a little information about that?
Well, I thought it was I set that up at your request for an opportunity for council to hear more around what the COPS grant is all about. I think it was, it probably was the best explanation or comments around what the grant is that I've heard thus far. I think just giving them time to wrap their arms around what the grant is has been helpful, and that's over time. So I think the big thing is to expect more engagement, in which we all talked about, to have more data. I did stop in a lieutenant's office to see the maps. I think the maps are going to be really helpful to us as we move forward with a community Wi-Fi and understanding where those hot spots are, as well as when we look at how we're going to move forward with housing. So I was very excited to hear more in detail information. And I think as we look at how we want to improve in Lincoln Heights, I think that can also be a tool that we use to help us move forward as a community in terms of safety. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm excited about coming up with different initiatives as we talk about engagement. I was excited to see one sheriff engaging with the students, as I've said, with the kids on their bikes, as I've said before. I think when the summer hits, it'll be an opportunity to even do even greater engagement with really, in particular, the youth, because one of the statistics I heard that 49% of the population in Lincoln Heights are under 18, or particularly youth. So that means a lot, and it is significant in how safety is approached in the village. So yeah, I'm excited about the opportunity. And anybody else that wants to chime in about what they heard that I may have missed, but I think that this was the other good piece, is an opportunity for us to even, us as a village and council members, to participate in some of the training, the safety training that they'll be having. So that is really good. So like we all just talked about misinformation, if we're there and we're hearing the same thing, we're not mixing it up when we bring it back to the community. So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about that.
Well, since you talked about training, and I know one person has signed on to it. She didn't write her name, but she did say it, and that's Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson. So would you like to say something about what you got from the COPS program last week?
Sure, since I'm on the spot. It was a little bit more informative than it was when we had the formal council meeting, when it was in front of everybody, because I was hesitant about it because I wasn't for sure what all it entailed. But it looks to me like it's an opportunity for it to be a pilot program for diversity and equity. It seems like that's something that they're going to concentrate on. And to me, with the type of community that we have, that's a big deal for me. Okay. And the other thing that I got out of it was we got 10 rookies. If I get a Dunkin' booth for Lincoln Heights Day, we could probably make some money off of that if they participated. But that's another conversation.
They are here and they're part of our family. So Councilwoman Key, you were there. So what did you find that was exciting?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm always excited about data because I think data can drive us to the things that we need to do to make our community more safe, a livable community, a community of choice. And so I am always interested in the data, in the maps. And so I think I echo what Ms. Powdrill said. I did like that diversity piece and the training opportunity. And basically I got the feel that was my first time hearing them communicate about the program. So I got the feel that we as residents and as council will be able to help guide and determine how we want to see policing in our community. That was major for me, considering the climate. And so I am very happy to hear that. I am very happy with what I'm seeing with the sheriffs. I know that there's always something, that somebody can come back and say that's different. But, I think that if we continue to make a concerted effort to doing these things and to doing good things in our community, that we can become a community that other communities can pattern themselves after. I think we have a great opportunity. So I'm excited about the future of the program.
Ms. Baber? Ms. Baber?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was very excited to hear the things that the sheriffs had to say as well. I look forward to the community functions that we will be doing together. Because, I've always wanted to bring the community together to do some things because I missed that. That was the reason I moved to Lincoln Heights in the first place and invested my money out here, because this used to be a very close-knit community and the community would spend a lot of time with each other and love on one another. Mm-hmm. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that again. Thank you.
Thank you. Was there anyone else that was on that meeting, on that Zoom meeting? Okay, it was very informative, and especially because it was quite a long time between we decided to work with the grant until we got the program started up in the community. So some of us needed a refresher, and some of us just need to know what the COPS program was about. Lieutenant, you want to say anything else about that?
I think you all covered it. You were just looking at new ways to do our job out here, and you build trust and interaction with the community. A lot of things we talked about here already. Getting to these kids, and developing the trust with them. That's my number one priority up here is obviously the safety of everybody, but particularly the children. You got two adults want to box each other's eyes out. That's their business. There's not always going to be a whole lot we can do to stop that. But if we can get out there and make sure these kids that they're moving in the right direction to become responsible adults, that's where I think everybody wants to be.
Okay, I think I've covered everybody, but I want to go back to Ms. Powdrill, the hardest working woman in this community. I want to thank her because I just mentioned it as we were having a conversation in one meeting and asked her to set it up. And then I just left it at that point, and she did go and set it up and told me what time to show up, called me, make sure that I was there. So I want to say thank you for getting that Zoom meeting together for us. It was a safety meeting concerning the COPS program to get clarity and understanding. So again, you work very hard, and then sometimes I'm just going to close my mouth because whatever comes out, you may go set it up. So thank you for your service and for making this happen. So okay.
Open to I just Go ahead.
Yes, you can go ahead.
If you're ready for it, Madam Chair.
Yes.
It's just an announcement.
Oh, no,
because
I'm not ready for the announcement piece. You know, I'm just telling you how great you are and what you're doing out here. And I thank you. You know, we are all doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things, you know, and every day there's some additional stuff that comes to me and I'm working on it. So my mind may not be where it's supposed to be at different times. So you keep me grounded. So I thank you for that.
you're welcome.
Open to the public. Ms. Randolph, do we have anyone that wanted to say something?
No, Madam Chair.
No one called in. We do have Ms. Tanisha Lee. Ms. Lee?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. How you doing?
I'm fine. Did you want to say something?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
But, you know, thank you for coming, and make sure that you make all of our meetings, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I got to get the date for the next one.
If you go on the website, it would tell you what meetings are happening. You just go into Village of Lincoln Heights, find it, and when it comes up, then just scroll down all the way, keep going almost to the bottom, and you will see when the meetings are, and there's a link for those meetings for you to click on. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, welcome. There's some exciting things going on in the Village of Lincoln Heights. We're going to have our 75th anniversary, and something you might want to participate in. So
she's doing the car show for us, Miss Linda.
She's doing the car show.
Yeah, she's already on the committee. Yep.
Okay, great.
The movie thing.
Okay. All right. On to announcements. Ms. Padrell.
Well, I was going to announce that because it's tomorrow, the Commissioner Reese is having a phone-a-thon, and it's called 513 Relief. I think she's going to have that on Facebook. It's been posted on our website as well as a robocall. I encourage anyone who is having a problem with rent, your business, COVID-19, getting a shot, all of that to call in or listen in. That will be an opportunity for you to talk to someone that can help you with whatever your issue is at that event. So CAA will be there, the Free Store Food Bank, HCDC, Mortar. I really applaud the commissioner for really coming up with this idea, because I think it's fabulous and it's an opportunity for people to really go and get information in a one-stop shop. So I think this was just an ingenious idea to put this together, and she did it in a short period of time and brought the right people together. So I applaud her for that, and make sure you tune in if you need additional information or need support or help in an area that I talked about. And Council, you can add to that.
Well, I'm trying to find.
If I missed something.
There's a new flyer with a whole bunch of stuff that you can ask for on there if you fit the criteria. And I'm looking for it so that I can tell citizens about it. And it's great because, again, as you said, it would pay for your rent, utilities, if you're behind in those utilities, and rent and food and some other things. And small businesses can go and can apply for some of this, but you must attend the event. During the event, you will have an opportunity to call in. When you call in, they will not be showing your face. It is a private conversation with you and the person who answers the phone. They're using United Way, is that correct? I don't have it in front of me, where they have a group of people that are going to be the persons who will take your call and direct you to what you need. So if it's utilities, they have someone waiting there to point you to where you need to go. And if you need to leave your telephone number, they will call you back within 24 hours. She will be monitoring this from the beginning until the results. So if you apply for something, they want to make sure that you get your answer, because rent needs to be paid, utilities need to be paid, and you need food. Simple as that. And there are a lot of small businesses that are not doing as well due to COVID. And guess what? This is all, I would say, our money. It's taxpayers' money. It's been sitting there, and she just opened up that treasure chest. So I'm amazed too, Manager Powell as to how quickly this came on board and all the key players in there. So if you have Spectrum on the new flyer, it tells you where to go to get it. I think it's channel 8 or something. I'll find it and give it to you. Brand new flyer. And you can also look at Fire Optics, that's the name of the company. And I have to find the flyer to give it to you. But I think I sent you the updated version. I just can't find it later today. So, but it's important that we show up. Now, if we don't show up, it's going to be hard for us to do this again. So we need people to sign on. It doesn't matter where you live, except for within Hamilton County. And show up for it and apply and take care of those needs. So I can't find it.
Madam Chair.
You found it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So the channels for the event are Spectrum Channel 8, on Channel 979, Cincinnati Bell Phi Optics, Channel 850, City Cable 23, Waycross Live TV, and you can also view it on the Hamilton County Facebook page. And then see if there's anything else I need to.
We'll do the time. The time is from 7 to 9, and within that 7 to 9 time spot, you call in, and I think it's a 211. You call a 211, and someone will answer. So there are a lot of key players to this event coming up, and I saw all those folks that are connected together. Forest Park, Lincoln Heights, thank you, Manager Powell. I did see our symbol there, along with all the rest of those important people, including the commissioners. So we're on the move with that. Not only is Commissioner Reese trying to get the vaccine to you, she's also trying to get some relief to you. Manager Powell.
And at 7:40, Lincoln Heights' own Mayor, Kenzie Mumphrey, will be on as well. She's on the agenda for that. And you can also view it on Zoom. So I'll make sure that we have this paperwork, that a link attached to our website, so people can go to our village website to make sure they have that information.
Okay, so it's big, and we want people to come. So give it to everybody and tell them to pass it on, because we all know someone who needs relief. Lieutenant DePotley, you can do the same. We all one big happy family.
I'm into that.
Okay.
Miss Linda, I had my hand up and I guess you didn't see it, but I was wondering, could y'all send that Zoom link out to the council members so that we can share it with people, please?
I will do that right now.
Thank you.
It's going to be from my phone.
I want to also thank Ms. Nettie Winburn Matthews because I mentioned it to her, and then she needed copies So some copies were printed and she had passed them out through Lincoln Heights. She didn't have that mayor, I think 20, 25, somewhere in there, that I asked the mayor to give to her. And she'd been to those doors that she know might need some help. So I want to thank her for her service. She's always there when I need her. So I do not hesitate to take any call from her. Anyone else have anything to say about this great program? Yes, Miss Tanisha? Yes,
yes, I do. Is it a date? Is it a date on there when you guys are going to post that, or we just keep on going to the website and find that link, or?
What I'm going to do is, I believe I have your cell phone number. I'm going to pass it on to you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Or email address. Do you have my number?
No, ma'am. Can I have it?
Uh-oh.
You can send that information. We don't want to make it. I'm sorry. Yeah,
no. My number is known as 513.
Okay.
403-2175. That's 403-2175. And if you just say hi to me on the cell phone, I'll make sure you get that information when both of these meetings are over, if not before then.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, I want you to have them pass it on, give it to as many people that you can, and please ask them to come support this event. You don't have to pay anything. It is a relief-a-thon, but this relief-a-thon is giving out relief and not accepting anything other than blessings and thank yous. So please be sure to attend from 7 to 9 tomorrow night, Tuesday night. And in that time span, you can also dial that 211 number that they're going to give you to ask for any relief that you need. Okay, I need a relief from meetings, so perhaps I should call in and ask for a relief from meetings. Okay, Ms. Powdra, did we miss anything? We did great tag team in there. Did we miss anything? We have the time, we have the date, we have the place.
Yeah, tomorrow is the day.
Tomorrow, the 16th, yes. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow night at 7.
Vice Mayor, you do have like a flyer in there. If there's a way, maybe you can pass it out to the kids and they can give to their parents. If that.
I have no problem with passing this out, but who's going to pay for printing? Is it going to be on us or on them?
Oh, we can print the thing. That's valuable to our people. We can
because they track our printing and I don't want them to think I'm working too hard.
Do you have to get permission to do that?
No, ma'am, I don't, but we have a badge that we have to swipe so they can track copies and things like that. And
no, I mean, do you have to get permission to put that flyer in that bag for the day?
That's I think that probably, but I don't see that being a problem. That's a positive thing that the community could.
How many copies do you need?
I think we have 164 kids.
Okay, so
every kid is there. So
okay, so we get you 175. Is that okay, Ms. Powdra? We can get it to her tomorrow. Yeah, those kids need to have that information. Their parents need that information.
So I apologize. If somebody could pass that flyer on to me as well, I kind of want to get it out to the community as well.
Madam Chair.
Yes. Hold. Would you hold it for a minute? Ms. Lee, what are you saying?
If I could get a copy of that flyer that you guys are going to give the children, well, I'm going to get one because my kids go to Lincoln Heights. So I could just copy it and pass it on to my friends and let them know in the village.
Well, your friends have text messaging or email?
I probably could do text as well.
Well, whatever, I'm going to send you. I'm going to send the same thing to you.
Okay.
So you can do it that way, or you can get printed copies. We want folks to know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, since we are partners with this, we want to make sure that people show up. Councilwoman Key.
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair. I was just going to say that when we got the information, I also posted out on social media. So
yes, you did. Thank you.
The digital flyer is out there. So for Ms. Lee, if she wanted to she can download that digital flyer and send it out to her friends as well. And the link is also out there for the Zoom.
Okay, so she's a good way to find out. I know it showed up on mine, and you also gave me a compliment. So thank you, bless you.
You're welcome.
The second flyer you put out there too, right?
I did not put the second one. I put the first one. The first one has the date, and it also has the stations where they can tune in, and it has the link. So that's all the information that I published.
Would you please take the second one and put it out there? It gives a little bit more information. Give a lot more information. So if you would do that, be kind enough to do that, I would appreciate that.
Okay.
Look at us. Teamwork makes the dream work. Thank you. All right. Anyone else? Okay. Are we finished with announcements? Anyone else have an announcement? It is now 6:23. I need a motion to adjourn, so we have about 6 minutes between this and the Finance Committee meeting. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn.
It's been moved. It's been moved and second to adjourn the meeting at well, you don't have that long. 3 minutes. 6:27 p.m. Take a 3-minute break. Thank everyone for coming.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.